Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
And I have some questions about coronavirus to ask you. And here's the first one. Do you know what protections you can use to protect yourself from coronavirus?
Yeah, so I think mask would help.
Yeah.
Mask, and then we have to wash our hands,
Yeah.
not just hand sanitizer, but we
Right.
really have to wash them with soap and try to stay inside and avoid contacting with people that like too close to you or something. Like just avoid going outside
Yes.
and keep wiping everything down with some wiping stuff like alcohol,
Yeah.
like any disinfectant spray or something like that would help too.
Okay, thank you. And the next one, the second one is, do you know what the virus sprays through?
The thing I know is that they don't float in the air,
Yeah.
but like if someone got infected and they sneeze or cough, and then their water will stay like on the table or on the door or something, and then when you touch it, and then if you didn't wash your hand and you touch your mouth, your nose, your eyes, then that will spread the virus and the virus can go get inside you. That's the one that I know.
Okay. And the next one is, what kind of stuff did you buy during the coronavirus outbreaks?
This is so crazy because like I just bought food and then some supplies, some cleaning supplies, and I tried to buy some masks and some spray, like the disinfectant spray. I think that's it. Like just food. It's the most important.
Food is most important.
Yeah, because we have to stay home for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one is, how do you feel about the rising number of coronavirus outbreaks?
It's so fast. It's just so fast. Like in the U.S., it's really fast. It's been only like like couple weeks, but it's already the second in the whole world. It's so fast that I'm so sad about that. And I hope that people will just listen to the rules, to stay home, to avoid like to social distancing. So that will help, I guess.
Okay. And now it's more than 3,000 people in California get the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And next question is, what activities did you do when you're at home?
It's pretty boring at home actually, because I'm not the type of person to stay at home. But I read, I watch shows. I study because I have online classes, and basically that's it. Exercise, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do you like your online class?
I mean, yeah, it's just more convenient to be online, but in my opinion, I don't like online classes.
You prefer like go to class at
I
school?
prefer going to classes that I can like concentrate, like focus in class more than just stay home with the computer.
Okay. And how long about you per online class?
It's just like in class. Like if in person it's 1.5 hours, then on online it's 1.5 hours too. But I prefer to like sit in front of the instructor and then listen to them.
Yeah, right. And next question is, if life is back to normal, what is the first thing you want to do when you go out?
I can't tell because I really hope that life will be normal again, that I can go out, like go to school normally, go to work normally, and hang out with my friends normally, because I remember like I just don't want to stay at home anymore. And like the first thing I would do was just going back to school, I guess, going back to work. Just get back to normal life.
Okay, the last question. As many international students have returned to their home countries, what do you think about this?
It's good and bad. It's both good and bad, because it's good because if people, they already got back there early when the coronavirus here is not that much, then it's good. But now I don't think it's a good time to go back anymore, because the airport is dangerous, the plane is dangerous, and I'm not sure if our home country is safer than here or not.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it's just the same if you go back or if you stay here. So I prefer staying here, like just staying at one place. It will be safer to like travel. It's not a good time to travel right now. Even if it's back to your home, it's not a good time. So yeah, I don't prefer going back.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
And I have some questions to ask you about coronavirus.
Okay.
And number one is, do you know how many people in California are infected with coronavirus so far?
I do. Right now, I think it's almost 4,000.
Yeah, it's more than 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next one is, do you know how many people died or how many people recovered in California so far?
I think we're up to 80 that have died, and I don't know how many have recovered. But that's all I know, yeah.
I think it's 70 people already died about about coronavirus. And the third question is, do you know what protections you can use to protect yourself about coronavirus?
Sure. Staying inside, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, staying a minimum of 6 feet away from other people.
Yes.
And the other would be wearing a mask that actually would be good. The N95 would be the best one. Wearing gloves if you could. Washing your hands.
Right.
For at least, how many minutes? At least 3 or 4 minutes?
Oh,
of
I thought
hot
it was
water?
30, like a good 30 seconds.
30 seconds of hot
Don't
water.
let the water run, because we still have a water shortage in California.
And using hand sanitizer.
Yep. And also not touching your face. And I think being really careful about what you're touching and be more aware of the things.
Cough or sneeze into your...
Sure. And also, if you are going to the market and buying fruits and vegetables, you should wash your fruits and vegetables.
Okay, thank you. And the next one is, do you know about what the coronavirus spreads through? Like,
You mean, how does it spread?
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it's airborne, number one, but it can lay on surfaces, different surfaces for different lengths of time. Metal, I think, it could be on metal for 3 or 4 hours. If it ends up on the street, it could be there for a couple of days. But it's airborne, but it's very heavy, so it falls to the ground. But it will be on your clothing. It could be passed basically by saliva or any other airborne mechanism.
And next one is, what kind of stuff did you buy during the coronavirus outbreaks?
I would say a lot of pasta, a lot of canned vegetables. Soups, of course. Definitely the things that everyone uses. Toilet paper, toothpaste, soap for your...
we make our own hand sanitizer, but...
make our own hand sanitizer. We make our own washing clothes. What do you... I can't even
clothes
speak
detergent.
English.
But
detergent,
mainly
yes.
food that you can stock for a lot of dry foods.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And the next one is, how do you feel about the rising number of coronavirus outbreaks?
I don't think anybody feels good about it, but we're hoping that having people stay inside, and it's not just California, but across the nation, and people not traveling, if people would just listen to the scientists, stay inside, we can flatten the curve and start to control the virus from spreading. The problem is, one person goes out and you can be asymptomatic, another person can catch it and you wouldn't even know it, even your own family members. So we're trying to stay as isolated as possible.
And I think too, people have to listen to what the medical professionals are saying. That's very important. These are people that dedicate their lives to studying viruses and disease and illness. And so I've been really listening to what they have to say. And there's not a vaccine for this right now. And that's what other people, I think myself included, have to understand, that this is just something that we really have to pay attention to and do what they are asking us to do.
Okay. And the next one is, what activities did you do when you're at home?
Well, playing board games, exercising, a lot of things on YouTube for people who want to just exercise. It's all free. We're lucky because we live in a house with other people, so it's not like we're alone.
Also, we both work from home all the time as writers, producers, so we're used to working at home a lot. Yes, we go out and work in studios, but most of our time working has always been at home, in our home office anyway. So it's not a major adjustment, but going out and socializing is something we've done. But now we have to FaceTime and WhatsApp.
But I think this is the best time to learn how to do a hobby. If you want to learn how to play guitar, I think YouTube is the best resource right now for everybody.
Read. How about reading?
You know, reading. You want to learn a language. You want to learn how to cook something. Or, I'm looking at creative ways with the pasta and the canned vegetables, or something that everyone will want to eat. And I think everyone has to come together and not be too, particular. But I think it's bringing a lot of people together, and you get creative. And I think that's the positive thing out of this virus, aside from just knowledge and learning about viruses in general and the importance of hygiene and everything. So this has been an interesting learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, and next one is, if life is back to normal, what is the first thing you want to do when you go out?
Oh gosh, the first thing the hiking trails were closed in our area. All the national parks, I believe, were also closed, but the Santa Monica Mountains, all the really beautiful trails.
So hiking for you.
Yeah, for me it would just be hiking, going back, and I'm very lucky and get to enjoy
Two
that.
things, I think, go back to playing tennis on a regular basis, since I played at least 4 times a week. And also being able to have dinner parties and go to other people's houses for dinner parties, that sort of thing.
Okay, and the last one is, do you prefer to work from at home or work out?
Well, we work from home, so for us we've been doing it for 15 years plus 20 years, so we're used to working at home. But the biggest thing is not seeing other people in the flesh. You can FaceTime them or WhatsApp them or whatever, but seeing them in the flesh is always good, giving them a hug or something.
Yeah, I do prefer working at home, but again, because we have a household with a lot of people, it's always, nice. I think if you're alone, maybe people working at the office is nice for them.
Socializing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm tired, otherwise I'm doing pretty well.
Okay.
Doing pretty well.
I have some questions about coronavirus to ask you. And here's the number one. Do you know how many people in California are infected with coronavirus so far?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to ballpark like 30,000, give or take. Probably more.
Already 4,000.
Really? Oh my god.
I
We're going crazy. This is insane.
And the second one is, do you know how many people died or how many people recovered so far?
That's a good question, actually. Like in total?
Yeah, in total.
I'm going to also ballpark 5,000. I don't have the stats in front of me.
Nobody recovered now.
No.
And already 80 people died.
Oh. God.
Yeah.
Sorry, spreading.
And the third question is, do you know what protections you can use to protect yourself from coronavirus?
Wash your hands like crazy. Always, if you are infected or think you have the virus, then you have to wear a face mask, keep yourself protected.
Yeah.
Don't touch your face. That's a big one as well. And sanitize whatever you can if you have to go outside.
Okay. And do you know what the virus spreads through? Do you know the way?
It spreads through germs. So a lot of things is like if you touch something infected with the virus, then touch your face, you can get infected through like your eyes, your nose, that kind of a thing. Also from the air, if someone like coughs on you, you can breathe it in and then get infected through there. So staying hygienic is important.
And what kind of stuff did you buy during the coronavirus?
I haven't bought anything in a long time, but the last thing that I bought was a bunch of food items, onions, vegetables, rice, stuff that would last me a while.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the rising number of coronavirus outbreaks?
It's kind of spooky because it's getting worse, and America is currently, apparently, the most infected country in the world. That's today, so that's a little spooky, but we'll manage, I think.
And what activities did you do when you're at home?
I just played a bunch of video games. I just talk with friends online, play a bunch of games, and watch movies with my girlfriend, which is kind of exciting, but it gets old kind of quick.
Do you have online class now?
I'm going to start on the 30th. I start my online classes.
Oh, and how long about per online class?
I'm not too sure. I think it's about like an hour and a half per day.
Oh,
I think. Yeah.
okay. Just one online class?
Just one for now, yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer like to study at home or go to school?
I prefer going to school. I'm really bad at focusing when I'm at home, so I prefer just like going out and doing something. So it's kind of tricky. I'm okay with it, but you know, not with it 100%.
Okay. Okay, that's all.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
very much.
thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, I have some questions to ask you about coronavirus. The first one is, do you know what protections you can use to protect yourself?
Protections, wear gloves, wear a mask, eye goggles if possible, wash your hands, don't touch your face, stay inside if possible. That's about it.
Okay. And do you know what the virus spreads through?
Where it spreads from?
Yeah.
I think it starts in your nose and then it goes down to your throat area and
Yeah.
it kind of like sits there and then it's from there
Okay.
goes somewhere. I don't know.
And what kind of stuff did you buy during the coronavirus?
Food,
Yeah.
sanitizing stuff like hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, toilet paper. Yeah, that's really it. Water.
Yeah. Do you have online class now?
I actually have one online class, but it's like a real estate course, so it was online in general.
How
Yeah.
long about that?
How long?
Yeah.
Per day, or just how long is the entire course?
Yeah, per day.
Per day, probably like hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay, not too long.
Yeah.
And if life is back to normal, what is the first thing you want to do when you go out?
I think go to a park. Go to a park where I'm like around people, civilization. Maybe go to a restaurant, get some food, watch a movie.
Okay. And how do you feel about the rising number of coronavirus outbreaks?
Scary, very scary. But I know that we've been through a lot as a country. Second World War. We've had polio. Just a lot of terrible things that we've overcame as a country. So I think it's scary, but I know at the end of the day, we're gonna get through this together. So yeah.
And do you prefer to work from at home or work out?
It depends. I think I prefer going out because when you're cooped up inside, it's easy. You get distracted easier. So I prefer going out because I feel more productive and there's less distractions.
Yeah. And do you know which country is currently the most serious for coronavirus?
The United States of America. We're number one in cases at the moment. So yeah.
I think Italy is the most serious.
I think we surpassed Italy
Uh-huh.
with the most deaths.
Yeah.
Oh, the most deaths or the most cases?
Most cases.
Most cases, I think we're either first or third right now, like one of those. But I think we're about to be number one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And are you good today?
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah, I'm healthy. Can't complain.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, I have some questions to ask you. The first one is, do you know how many people in California are infected with coronavirus so far?
Like 30,000, right? No. Yeah. Oh,
Almost 4,000.
I mean that's horrible,
Yeah.
but I got it right.
Okay. And the second one is, do you know how many people died or how many people recovered in California so far?
I think 18 people have died. Did I see?
Yeah,
Is that right?
80 people died. Yeah.
Wow. I'm good at this.
And
horrible.
the third one is, do you know what protections you can use to protect yourself?
Yeah, social distancing, staying away from people, don't do things like normal.
Yeah.
Thank God, like gyms and restaurants and stuff are closed, but wash your hands, wear a mask, wear gloves, be conscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is, do you know what the virus spread through?
Like how it started.
Yeah. Like how
Someone-
to spread? Like talking or something.
Oh, how it spreads?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's airborne partially, but definitely like person to person. No bueno.
Okay. How the virus start?
Oh yeah, someone ate a raw bat, right?
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Okay, next one is what kind of stuff did you buy during the coronavirus?
Not gonna lie, I ordered a pair of shoes from Steve Madden. I'm embarrassed, and then I ordered Godiva chocolate because that's what you need.
Okay. And next one is how do you feel about the rising number of coronavirus outbreaks?
It's crazy. It's crazy, and I hope it gets under control. I hope someone finds a vaccine, and I hope people start taking it seriously. I know in California we're obviously like having rules and things like you can't leave, but I know on the East Coast and in the Midwest it's different, and they're not taking it as seriously, which is scary.
Okay. And what activities did you do when you're at home?
We played Pictionary.
Uh-huh.
We're cooking a lot of food. Well, we're going on walks still, bike rides, and just talking, getting to know the fam better.
Okay. And do you have online class?
Yeah, I do actually for college.
So do you prefer to take the class at home or at school?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking it at home, and I think coronavirus happening is going to make it a lot easier to take classes online, which I think is great.
Okay. It's good. Thank you.
Good, thanks.
Hi, now I will ask some questions for myself. The first one is, what should I do in order to avoid coronavirus? I think the first one is wash hands frequently. The second one is wear masks when you go out. Of course, it's the best not to go out. And the third one is disinfect 75% of alcohol in places that are frequently touched. And the next one is eat more fruit and vegetables to enhance immunity. And the next one is reduce contact with strangers. The last one is avoid going to public places. And the second question is, what am I doing during at home? The first one, I think, watching dramas, shows, or some movies, and doing my homework and cooking. Recently, I always watch some cooking videos, and I want to follow along because they look delicious. And having FaceTime with my family and friends far away in China, and doing some exercise in the yard. And the third question is, what is the current situation in China? The current situation has greatly improved. Most people have resumed their work, but the school have not yet started. And the college entrance examination has been extended to July. And that exam is the most important exam in China. And what is the epidemic situation in the United States before April? There are currently 240,120 cases in the United States now, of which 5,794 people died and 10,365 were current. There are 9,937 cases in California, of which 215 people died and 6 were current. There are a total of 4,045 cases in Los Angeles, of which 78 people died and no one were current. In Venice, where I live, 22 people have been diagnosed. And the last question is, what did I prepare during the epidemic? Because my host family has been prepared a lot of stuff for me, like toilet paper, paper towel, many food, noodles, pasta or something. And I only prepare some snacks and sterilized protections through online shopping. And these disinfection products include alcohol wipes, disinfection spray, hand sanitizer, and so on. Oh yes, I also bought an electronic waste scale and electronic temperature scanner. I think maybe they will useful. And all in all, in the end, I hope that everyone can spend a happy time at home with your family. You can play game together or communicate or something, and protect yourself and stay healthy and safe. I hope that the United States can overcome the threat of viruses. At the same time, I also hope that we can meet at school in the spring. Okay, thank you.